Hello, hello, hello. This is 90s Nick Rocks. I'm here to talk about Austin and Ally, Ant Farm, and Disney nowadays. So let's get started right away. Let's get started with the characters. The main character is Austin Moon. Well, I really don't like Austin because he's just a wannabe, and it's obvious that he is. And for Disney Channel to make a show just about him, basically, I think they didn't know what they were doing, because as you can see, even the kids don't know what they're doing. The main characters, they don't know what they're doing, and that's all the Disney Channel people actually care about, is to have kids so that can appeal more to kids. But if you just look at everything now, what do you have in kids TV overall for kids, let's say 8 through 16? What do you have? You have iCarly. That is all kids. The only adult is Spencer and Miss Benson. That's the only two. Those are the only two main adults that are in the show, and even them, they don't have big parts. That's what other show. Let's say on Disney Channel they have. Okay, yeah. Let's say for an old show that we all just hated, Hannah Montana. That show, it was a fail. But as you can see, the only adult there was Billy Ray Cyrus. That was the only adult. And I'm not trying to say, oh, Disney Channel should have more adults, but I'm saying you're just giving it to the kids, and the kids don't know what they're doing. Okay, let's just go right ahead. We have Ally Dawson. She's not the best character, but at least she's being herself, unlike Austin. He's just going with the flow. He doesn't know what he's doing. So I'm saying, okay, why isn't Ally the main character? Why does it have to be Austin? And I'm like, okay, why is Austin getting all the fame when the show's name is Austin and Ally? Are you serious? I don't think that's the best thing to do. Next character is Trish. I think Trish is the best character in the show because she's actually kind of funny to me. She's the only character in the show that I think is funny. She has her own characteristics, unlike Austin, who is just trying to be like, let's say, Justin Bieber. Ally, I don't even know who she's trying to be, but at least she's herself, unlike Austin. You could just see by the way Austin dances in the shows. So I don't think Austin is the person that you would like to look up to, because the only example he's setting is to, when you're rich, you're better than everybody and whatnot. You never see a real person in the show. The next person is Des. I think, honestly, Des is better than, Austin. And I guess he's kind of better than Ally. Because Des, he's also himself. It's not like he knows what he's doing, but he's himself. He isn't like anybody else in the show. So I don't think that he's a bad character. The overall rating, I would say, is a 5 of the show, because the plot is senseless. Watch, in 2 years, not even 2 years, 1 year, they're going to have nothing to talk about anymore. So the show will just shut down completely. So what's the point? What I like about the show is some of the characters, how they're being themselves. And yeah, that's basically it. The show is not that, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's not that funny. It's not it has no plot that we could actually relate to. That's what I think shows nowadays have to have. You have to have reality in there, because if you're just doing things that are fantasized, then where are kids going to learn from it? When I was growing up, we had shows that you will learn, like that's where we learned everything from. We learned how to act and everything, but now it's all about the money. The next show I'm going to talk about is Ant Farm. China Park. I like all the characters in this show because they, like I said, for Trish and Des and Ali, they're themselves. They know what they're doing. They're not just sitting there saying, "Oh, what you call it? I don't know what to do, but I'm going to just wing it." No, they're doing them. They're not trying to be like anybody else. Let's start with China Parks. China, I like China. I knew her ever since I think it was Daddy's Little Girls by Tyler Perry. It was actually a good movie. She could have, sometimes she might not be the funniest person on the show, but most of the time she is. She knows what she's doing and stuff. So that's what I like about China. Olive, she's one of my favorite characters because she's the nerd, and I like how nerds think they're better than everybody because of their grades, and I like that because she's actually funny. Next person, Fletcher. He goes under the same category as Olive because Olive is just like Olive. They know what they're doing. They're themselves. They're funny. Yeah, that's all I have to say about them. Lexi, I like how she's pompous and stuff. But unlike Austin, she is actually funny. Austin, he's just, Cameron, I like Cameron because he's actually funny with his short self. I like him. He's a very funny guy. He goes under the same category as everybody else, as funny, as themselves, as knowing what they're doing, stuff like that. For overall rating, I give this show a 8 because of the humor. What I like about the show is like I said before, is the humor, the humor. What else? The characters, because they're being themselves. And you could actually kind of relate to that in real life. You could actually relate to a guy, kids that are supposed to be in middle school going to high school because they're too smart for middle school. You could relate to having an iPad. I think, yeah, some people could relate to that. You could relate to having a bigger brother that doesn't want to be around you. You could relate to having enemies. You could relate to have a talent. You could actually relate to this show. This show is out of reality most of the time. So that's what I really, really like about this show. What I don't like, actually, I think I like everything. Yeah, I think I like everything in this show because it's actually funny. I actually want to sit down and watch and be like, oh, this show is funny. But this show does not compare to the shows that I watched when I was growing up. Because those shows are just too, they're an outlier in data. They get a 100% while these shows get 50 or 60%. This show the shows that I used to watch were the best shows in the world, that I have to admit. As you can see in my name, you can see it's called 90s Nickelodeon fan or 90s Nick Rocks. Yeah, and that was the main channel I watched when I was growing up. So I really enjoy those shows. But this show, I think those shows met its match. Well, not really, but maybe you know what I'm talking about. I don't know. Yeah, let's go to Disney nowadays, like just Disney in general. Disney is not as good. It really isn't. For Disney when I was growing up, I'll give it a 9. Now I have to drop it down to a 5 or a 4. I have to, because it's not really, it's what Disney when I was growing up. You had Mickey Mouse, you had, the House of Mouse, then you have Brandy and Mr. Whiskers, Proud Family. What other shows? Oh, Jake Long, the American Dragon thing. That was good. I like those shows. And they have like live action shows like Lizzie McGuire, Even Stevens, Phil of the Future. Those shows, I actually liked them because they were actually good. Nowadays, you have shows just for, not for the fun of it, just for money. That's all people want nowadays. But you gotta remember, you have to have fun in the process of making money. So yeah, that's all I have for today. More rants will be coming in. Thank you for taking the time to watch this, and have a good day.